Well, reports are coming off of one of the world's largest cruise ship that there is plumbing issues. We also have cruisers being attacked. And will Carnival do this? They got a couple things in the works, including some adults-only cruising that anybody can get in on. Yeah, there's a lot going on. All that and more on today's episode. Let's go.
The cruise show, Tony be on deck, keeping you in the know. You are in the place for everything going on and cruising for your face. It's the cruise show.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to La Lido Loco. Welcome to the cruise show. I am your host, Tony, here to talk you through everything going on in cruising. It's everything going on in cruising. It's for your face on a Thursday the 28th of August, 2025. And wow, let's kick it off. Cruise Hive is reporting that there has been plumbing issues on Royal Caribbean's Symphony of the Seas, particularly during the August 24th sailing. They cited a couple sources from Reddit saying passengers on board were reporting that the toilets would not flush for several hours and that the smell of the badness was going on, the smell of poo-poo. I haven't seen anything official from Royal Caribbean or really anything else other than this Cruise Hive article referencing passengers on board on Reddit. But again, I bring it up because I believe we are currently under a cloud of darkness that was brought forth from Netflix. I'm blaming Netflix for a cosmic darkness by producing the documentary on the poop cruise. Losing power obviously would be horrible. Being stuck in a bad storm would be horrible. But could you imagine being on a cruise ship for like a whole week without the ability to flush the toilets? All right, so I had to come home for the next part of the show. We just enhanced our whole cruise experience thanks to the sponsor of the episode today, MyHeritage, for just $29 each. Jenny, let me ask you this. So I know our cruise to Cuba was one of your favorite cruises. So why'd you get so emotional?
Because that's where my grandfather was from. That's where he grew up. That's where he was a little boy. You know, my heritage is just, that's the blood that runs through my veins.
We did the DNA test from MyHeritage, and now the results are in. Let's see what Jenny's results are. Oh wow, check this out.
This is cool.
Ashkenazi Jewish, 69%. Wow. Portuguese, 11.9%. 10.7% Spanish, Catalan. I don't even know what that last one is. Oh, I love that it shows you the globe. South and Central America, or South Central America. And wow, that's some African.
That's wild.
Then we hopped over and we opened my email. What a cool experience, the spinning globe and all that. Here's a look at my results. Another cool feature from MyHeritage is they have a DNA match. So after you've submitted your DNA, you can find out potentially whole new family members.
How cool was that for $29? Less expensive than the other companies. And what's very cool about MyHeritage is that they have committed to not sell or license our genetic data.
Now, excitingly, the $29 discount price is available to everybody here watching the video. If you click the QR code or go to the link in the description, use my code LOCA29. You can get started with MyHeritage for just $29. Get your DNA kit. Thank you, MyHeritage, for sponsoring today's episode. And we're back. All right, we're back, but let's go to Greece. Let's go to Crete, where we've got cruisers saying that they were blocked and attacked today, really just because of the country that they came from. Israeli tourists got off of the Crown Isis cruise ship in Heraklion on the Greek island of Crete, and they were met by Palestinian protesters who harassed and attacked them physically. They had a police escort even to get them through the town, and even the police were attacked. It's so bad that the police had told the tourists to get back on their cruise ship, and they're not going to be able to enjoy the day there in Crete. It really speaks to how global cruising is, and sometimes even the simplest thing like taking a vacation can be hindered by global conflict. Fortunately, at least for most North Americans, we're not dealing with that. But yeah, this is another instance. We've seen a few of these instances of where Israeli cruisers have had trouble going to other places around the world. Now, I do want to let you guys in behind the scenes a little bit and ask for some help. I've been working recently with my friend Tommy Casabona from the Always Be Booked Cruise podcast. We're trying to develop a show for him and I to put over on the Cruise Talk Network, along with the La Lita Loca Cruise podcast, but we're struggling to find a name. So we recorded the very first episode of this new endeavor where we chop it up, where we talk about cruising, but we do not have a name for it. That episode is up live on the Cruise Talk Network. I will leave a link below, but if you could go over there, maybe watch the episode if you're into it, more great cruising content, and if you could suggest a name, that would be helpful. Okay, let's talk about this article here that I read. I'm just going to show you the title because I don't want to call this person out. 6 things I always bring on a cruise that no one else will tell you about. And I was excited when I saw the headline. I was like, wow, like I've been cruising a lot. And I feel like I know stuff that I should take on a cruise. And now you're going to give me some stuff that nobody will ever talk about. Nobody will ever tell you about. This has to be some banger, great stuff. Let's just look at it real quick. We'll scroll through the article. We've got, first up, the 2-in-1 badge holder. To be fair, I don't know if anybody has ever told me to take a 2-in-1 badge holder. That's one of the 6 items that I think, and you could get it on Amazon. Number 2, insect repellent. Okay, somebody may have told me that before, but maybe nobody told me specifically the Sawyer picaridin insect repellent. That's a whole different thing. How about the towel clips? Towel clips is on the list of things nobody's ever told us about. Towel clips. I'm pretty sure I've told people about that. There's got to be a banger at number 4. Hanging toiletry bag. Maybe nobody ever said the cow pack. Okay, let's go for number 5. Non-surge travel power strip. That is not a new revelation. And number 6. The most mysterious thing, the most important thing that nobody's ever told you about to carry with you on a cruise, magnetic hooks. Like, I get it. Like, we're all out here trying to make content, but why would you title your thing that no one's... okay, those are good tips, honestly, and we all need some more cruise tips. Have you ever heard of those things before? Do you magically take any of those things on your cruise with you? Yeah, leave a comment below. Look, a big story. All right, 2 big stories coming out from Carnival Cruise Line. Big story number 1. Carnival has expanded their adults-only cruises. This started late last year, I believe, or earlier this year, where we heard that Carnival was inviting casino players to cruises that would include no children. And that's a nice thing. If you don't like cruising with children, it's a nice thing. And like I said, it was only for casino folks. Well, now they're talking about how this program is open to more than that. And they gave it a cool name. These are going to be the very first adults-only sea cruises, SEA, sailings exclusively for adults. Gold star for the marketing folks over there at Carnival. And they've also talked about how you can do it, how you can go on these sailings exclusively for adults. There's a registration page. I went to it. When you go to the registration page, if you're brand new to Carnival and you don't have a VIFP number, there's one box that you can click to get a VIFP number. But if you already have it, you can click the other box. You put in your VIFP number, your email address that you use for Carnival, and then whambo bambo, a whole page opens up. And it actually opened to my casino offers also. But inside of that list are a couple listings for these sea cruises, sailings exclusively for adults. And I've got a couple, and they're both transatlantic, or that's where I stopped looking once I found some of these. But you can see the branding here. You can see the offer, and that's pretty dang cool. I like the fact, maybe this is a test balloon. This makes a lot of sense. I like the idea that inside a cruise line, they have cruises for families, and then they have cruises just for adults, because sometimes you just want to cruise for adults. And there you go, Carnival putting it out there. And then while we're talking about Carnival, there was an interesting request, and I was super curious as to what the answer to this question would be. Let me just read it to you. This was sent over to Carnival's paid influencer, John Heald. It says, "Dear John Heald, I am a certified medium. I often read messages here where people have lost family members. I cruise at least 10 times per year. I would like to offer my services. It is only $50 for a 30-minute session. I can do this in the rooms. People are desperate to know their family are okay and are still around me. I say this with all due love, respect, and compassion, but Carnival would be a better company for offering this. You can contact me at information redacted." There you go. So here's an interesting reach out. Somebody who's a medium. I don't really know how a medium works. So would they already know what the answer is to the question, or is that somebody that's a psychic? Maybe mediums just commune with those from the great beyond. I only know one comes to mind, Teresa Caputo. That's the Long Island medium. So they're basically saying, look, people all the time want my services. Can I charge $50 per person for a 30-minute session to come to people's cabins and do a dead person reading with them? That's wild. So, of course, the big question is, will Carnival allow people to sell their services in-cabin services for $50 for 30 minutes? That could be misconstrued. The answer is no. You cannot solicit other cruise guests with your wares on board, whether it be a reading or any other kind of service you may offer by the minute. By the half hour. It's interesting. If they said yes, this is what I'm like, man, if this lady can charge $30 for being a medium, how much could I charge for being a 4XL? I don't think we're charging for the same thing at that point. But yeah, what do you think? Do you think Carnival should put a sign up for this lady and let her offer her medium services? Or do you think that's a bridge too far? And do you think they already know because they have some sort of psychic ability? I don't know. Look, a big thanks to MyHeritage for sponsoring today's show. Make sure you hit the QR link. You go to the description. You get your DNA journey started for $29. Enhance that whole cruise experience. And that's everything that's going on in cruising. There's really nothing left to do but dance and get up. Get up.
Underground, you should make